Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Zephyrs Achievement Race. This start is a little bit different than usual because I did already start this video, and I will show you the wheel spinning right now from my old recording. All right, the wheel is spinning, and it looks like today we're going to have to try and find a village. But today's goal is to find a village. Now you might be wondering, why was that the goal and then did I end up here? My timer was bugged, it was not working. I decided to reset everything to hopefully get this timer working correctly for this video. I think it's working good now, but I didn't want to do it in the same world that I'd already been in because that kind of felt like cheating. So I loaded up a brand new world, and today our goal once again is going to be to find a village as quickly as possible. But hi, welcome to the Zephyrs Achievement Race. It's where I have a bunch of fun, quick little achievements like this one, where we try and race to get them done as quickly as possible. So let's start this timer. I'll keep an eye on it to see if it works this time, but I believe. And let's see if we can find a village. Okay, so our first goal is to be a little bit prepared, because villages can be tough. They can be right around the corner, or they can be a little bit of a walk away. So we want to get a couple of just basic tools and stuff, and a little bit of food so that we can walk for a longer amount of time. But we also don't want to spend too much time standing around here, because all the time we're standing here is time we're most certainly not spending in a village. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to make our most basicest of tools, grab a couple pieces of food, and hope we find a village. I don't think there's any we can directly see right here. Nothing over there, really. Nothing quite in this forest we can see. But there are a couple of directions that look like they could have villages. So a plains biome is wonderful for villages. So hopefully we find one here relatively quickly. But other than that, we just kind of gotta wander for a second, which will be nice. Villages are very hit or miss for me. Either I find one straight away and I cannot, run into anything but villages, or I never find a village ever. So right now we're just gonna walk. Hopefully we find one relatively quickly. I believe we could probably find one within a Minecraft day. Unless I've just walked towards an ocean, in which case that is bad pathfinding on my part, because I don't know about you, but I've never quite seen a village in the middle of an ocean. Sometimes I do see little harbor villages that are like right on the edge of an ocean, but rarely ever just in the middle of an ocean. So I feel like searching for a village in an ocean is probably not the best bet. So I do want to maybe turn away from that. I also probably want to stop taking reckless damage like that one, because if I get sent back to the beginning, well, we just wasted a whole bunch of time, didn't we? So we're gonna walk in this direction, and it's all gonna be good, and it's gonna be fine, and there's gonna be a village. This, I believe, is a forest biome, which can have villages, I think. What, a village? Is that a village? Okay. So I'm gonna say it can't have villages, but I think it's more rare. But you know what? I think that's good. I think we found a village within like 2.5 minutes. Okay. Well, that is this challenge done. 2.5 minutes. Village found. It's the tiniest little village ever. Kind of cute. There's probably more somewhere around here, but for now this is a decent village. What I might do is, like I said, I did have another world, another seed loaded up, what I originally started this challenge in, and I had to restart it because of technical issues. But seeing as we found a village so quickly, I wonder if I go back to my old seed, I wonder if I can find a village there as well. So I think that's what we're probably gonna do. I think I'm gonna load up my first save file. I was about 2 minutes into that challenge, so do keep that in mind. But we're roughly probably around the same time we were. So let's load up that world and see if we can find a second village just for fun. Alright, so this is the second save file. We were not too far away from there. We had a similar goal, of course, the same goal really, to find a village. But we had a different spawn, of course. And I stopped to get some food and some coal. And now I'm trying to find a village. Who would have guessed? I will say, I think for this video, we have found the village. We were very lucky with our spawn. In just about 2.5 minutes, that was not too much walking. but I wanted to just come and see a completely different spawn with a completely different like atmosphere, right? We're in the ice biome. I want to see if we can maybe find a village there, because otherwise, who's to say we didn't get super lucky? Well, we did get super lucky. That's the whole point of it. But I figure, you know what? We have the time today to just on a second seed see if we can find a whole another village. Now, this, I feel like the seed is against us because this biome, I believe, doesn't have any village spawns, and ice and snow have it less than just regular ones. But it appears we have hopefully passed the ice biome. That would be nice. Let me see if we can find a second village right here, right now. Probably gonna have to maybe grab a little bit more food while we're here. You know what? That flower seemed to be good luck in the other world. Let's grab one here. And I'm sure if I just keep walking, a whole nother village will appear right here. I'm going to stop for food though, because this is a little bit ridiculous. Okay, we get the food going and then we maybe look around a little bit more. But you know what? I think mission successful. That was, I feel like, one of our luckier missions. I feel like that was a very quick time to find a village. I think we were quite lucky there. There's got to be a village like right over there. I believe it. I feel it. I can just about see it. If only we could get just a little bit more food. But I like the village ones because it lets me just, or the village achievement race, I guess, because it lets me explore all the biomes and just kind of walk around on the surface a little bit, which I do really find myself enjoying. So that's obviously why I do it as well. But yeah, I'm happy I took the time today to do some of this. I feel like we got two very different spawn locations. One was, you know, in a forest near plains, and then the other one was just in the middle of an ice biome. So obviously where you spawn does impact how lucky you are. We could have also just spawned in the middle of a village. We weren't that lucky, but we were relatively lucky either way. So I do wonder if any of you ever attempt this challenge. How do you do? Are you lucky enough to spawn in the middle of a village? Do you get unlucky like me and spawn in the middle of a snowy ice biome with no villages around for miles? Do you do this challenge, spend ages looking for a village, and then go into creative or spectator mode only to find out you just missed like 6 different villages along the way? I don't know. I think it's a fun time. I hope we find another village today, but maybe we don't. You never know. Maybe I used up all my luck on that other one and we're about to be very unlucky. Or maybe I'm the luckiest person ever and it's just right around this corner. You never know. That's why I do it always in a new world, because you just never know. One world you might be lucky and get a village right around the corner, and the other, well, it's a trek for sure. But at the end of the day, you find your way to a village, you get to be proud of yourself for completing the challenge. This is an awful choice of terrain for me. I regret my decisions. And I wish I'd picked any other direction to walk in. Nighttime is falling, so that's a good time frame to keep in mind. We're about 10 minutes into this world. So we're not, you know, we're not doing too terribly. I would have hoped we'd have found a village before first nightfall. But we're trying to just keep looking. I'm partially trying to get to high ground a little bit. But I'm also trying to keep this in my vision because this is also prime village terrain, and so I'm trying to see if in either one of these two villages are spawning. So far, nothing I tell you. Now I could sleep through this night, but I think we'll actually keep it to night because if there is a village we should be able to see their lights a little bit easier, so I hope. Okay, there's a cherry blossom biome. I don't know if that's good news for us. I don't believe they have their own dedicated village spawns. I think it's actually probably not a good idea to go that way. We'll just keep hopping along this mountain. This is the plains biome where we found our other village, sorta. Kinda. So we should be good if we just keep going here to find another one. Will we do it before the sun comes up? Will we be able to spend our first night in that village? I sure hope so. But hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. If this is the first video of mine you're seeing, hi, welcome. I hope you're doing awesome. I mainly do a lot of Minecraft, but I do a lot of modded Minecraft. And so sometimes doing a challenge like this in a relatively vanilla world, there's not much other than shaders and, you know, zoom. But doing something like this allows me to just kind of explore Minecraft a little bit differently than I'm used to. And kind of see, you know, what exactly goes on in a vanilla world, and just explore the biomes like we're doing right now. Just kind of see what's up with the world. So hopefully you did enjoy this challenge. I think if we don't find it by the end of this night, that's it for us. Villages aren't real. They don't exist in this world, unfortunately. But we have a couple more minutes. Let's get across this water. Like I said, water is not a good place to find a village. Almost certainly not going to be a village in the middle of the water. Although you never know with terrain generation. But let's see if we can go to this separate little island. And maybe it's right around the corner. Maybe it's right out of our render distance. And we'll see from there. Oh, it's raining! How nice! Honestly, very peaceful. Usually I sleep the nights away in Minecraft, so I don't usually get to see, you know, these creepers up here. I don't usually get to see a rainy night, but this is actually quite peaceful. Maybe I have to start taking more, Minecraft nights in the rain. This is a fun time. But I'd say mission successful on the village front. We were quite lucky, but you can see with between these two worlds, right? You have to be lucky. Like it can just spawn right next to you. You can pick the right direction to walk in, or if you're unlucky, there's no village around for miles, or you just miss it. You know, maybe if I turned a different direction anyway along this path, I would have ran into like 6 villages by now, but I haven't. And that's why these challenges are fun, because they do require some amount of skill and Minecraft knowledge, right? I know which biomes likely have a village and which ones likely don't. But at the end of the day, they also do just rely on luck. Right? We're in the same biome we found our other village in. So far, no village. Does that mean we are unlucky in this world, lucky in the other one? I don't know. But I know it does mean that we haven't found a village. And so that's why I think these are fun, because you never quite know what to expect. You know, I could be the best Minecraft player in the world, and I still could just be unlucky and not find the village. That witch absolutely scared me. It was just glowing in my corner like that. Why'd you give me slowness? I feel like that's unfair. Don't tell me the witch is following me right now. That would be crazy. Crazy work. Okay. Come on, village. I believe. The slowness feels like a personal attack. It feels like this witch knew I was doing a speed challenge, trying to get this done as quickly as possible, and decided to forsake me personally. And I don't appreciate that. I did see some light, but it was too small to be a village. It was just this little nether portal. I don't know if we get villages in the birch forest. I think we might be unlucky here. I think we might fail the second challenge we set for ourselves, the extension challenge, if you will. But you know what? We had a good time. We found that first village in record-breaking pace. So what if we didn't find the second one? First one was all we could have ever needed. But if you did enjoy this challenge, definitely let me know, you know, if you have any other ideas for challenges you want. Is that just a surface level diamond? Oh no, that's a drowned. You can see my confusion though. Very similar coloring. But if you have any ideas for other challenges you want to see me add to this list, definitely let me know. I'm always trying to find new fun challenges. I think it's just a fun, unique, different way of kind of looking at a game I've played for many years. But I really did enjoy this challenge. Hopefully you did as well. And hopefully this shows you how different the outcome of the challenge can be depending on if you're lucky or not. You know, we didn't have any trouble finding a village in the first one. We found it in under 3 minutes. But then in this one, we've been wandering for nearly 20. You know, as soon as the sun comes up, we'll probably hit about the 20-minute mark for this world. And still no village. So that's why I do enjoy this challenge a lot. Hopefully you guys are also enjoying it. Savannah, I do believe we have savannah villages. I do believe they exist. Will we be lucky and find a savannah village today? Could be right around this corner. It could be right over this little hill. It's honestly a little bit tough to see it in this gloomy nighttime. Oh, we're out of the savannah now, by the way. We're back into a regular plains, which I do still think is your best bet for finding a village. I don't know if that's necessarily accurate, but it definitely feels like there's more villages in savannas, in grass fields than any other biome. This and just like the regular oak forests. But I think we're unlucky. I think we've tried all our luck today, and I think it went into that other world and not this one. You know what? That's okay. We got to explore a lot of this world. We've wandered quite a ways away from home, and we've learned a valuable lesson. What that lesson is, I'm not sure, but we definitely learned something. I'm sure of it. But I do see the moon in this little jungle biome is starting to set, which means our self-imposed deadline for this challenge is about to be over. And unfortunately, we were not very lucky the second time around. But I think that first time around was a very impressive display of skill and luck and just a good time. So if you did enjoy this video, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. I do always appreciate all of your support. And hopefully I'll see you again very soon with more exciting non-modded Minecraft play, some very exciting modded Minecraft content as well, and everything in between. That was a zombified villager, but unfortunately he appears to have wandered very far from any sort of village home. So I do think this will be it. I think we officially admit defeat to our second challenge, but we sure had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you again very soon in this world or the next. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye.